50 miles south in Forsyth, south of Atlanta that is, a statewide training center built in the 1980s never faced the same criticism as the Atlanta site faces today.
The Georgia Public Safety Training Center provides courses for law enforcement, fire safety, emergency medical staffs, and more. And they make a continued economic impact in the city of Forsyth. Cecily Stout joins us in studio to tell us how the training center is playing a part in the growth of Forsyth.
Yes, Frank, Lori, the training center has become a staple in Forsyth. The city and county have seen an economic boost. More than 100,000 hotel stays this year alone came from the training center visitors. Forsyth Mayor Eric Wilson hopes it's a relationship that continues to develop.
Training centers had a very positive impact, I would say, on Forsyth. Of course, there's employment for local people who work there. There are a lot of people who come from all over the state to get their training here.
Training on fire safety, dive teams, patrol, firearms, forensics, and more, making it a hub for law enforcement across the state.
We have coroner training on our campus, EMT training on our campus. We have the motor carrier division as well. So we call those resident agencies because they also provide training on our campus. So it is definitely one of the biggest hubs in the state of Georgia.
The training center has dorms on campus, but they give students the option to stay in town or use hotels as overflow. In 2022, Forsyth's Visitors Bureau said they had 200,000 nightly hotel stays. The training center was responsible for half of them. Mayor Wilson also believes the training center helps prevent crime.
People always say it's a bad place to commit a crime because you've got per capita, you've got a lot of law cars and a lot of law enforcement officers here.
He expects local fire and law enforcement to be well trained.
There's no excuse for our guys not to be well trained. Both law enforcement and fire are able to use the academy just like anybody from around the state, but our close proximity make it easier for our guys to go out there and take classes.
Mayor Wilson enjoys the partnership and hopes it continues to grow.
It's very much integral to our community and intertwined with our community. People know Forsyth because of the training center.
Angel said whenever people in town see the training center logo on their shirts, they ask questions and are invested on what they've got going on. Back to you.
Thanks, Cecily. Back in Atlanta, their training center could still be built without the referendum. A judge must decide whether to count signatures collected after August 21st or by people who aren't registered voters in the city.
That leaves roughly 10,000 signatures in limbo. The federal court hearing happens tomorrow at the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals.